So in other words, we each turn up to the world with a set of beliefs, attitudes and behaviours that we perceive defines who we are and how we then relate to the world. I call it the life sentence. We each have a life sentence, a core sentence that defines who we are. I know I'm sounding like I'm simplifying, but go with me on this. It emerges during our early formative years, generally well established by the time we are 5 years old. So for most of us, this sentence has been established by the time we're 5. We've already now been programmed to create our reality. My life sentence, this is literal, this is my life sentence, and please don't fall off your chairs. But my life sentence is, I need to be noticed. By our teens, we have worked out our way of responding to the life sentence. So I had a whole lot of stuff that went on in my childhood that was about not being noticed. By the time I'm 15, based on my family environment, sorry.
Twerk.
But by the time I'm 15, I've worked out how to get noticed. One of them is I watch my dad involved in community service. So I get involved in community service. I'm in Junior Arts Council, I'm in Rotary, I'm in Scouts, I'm involved in all these things of community service. Watching an older brother being involved in debating and stage and what have you, I realise that you get noticed if you're on stage in public speaking. And I'm watching my mum and my grandmother go to osteopaths and remedial therapists when I'm a kid. I'm younger than 6, watching my grandmother having to poke me and saying, why would you let somebody slap you? And all of a sudden I work out these are ways I can get noticed. Guess what's happened by the time I'm 15? I'm in community service. I'm on stage and I've already learned to do massage. I've already responded to creating a lifestyle based on how I can have my life sentence met.
You noticed then, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. And then, do you know what we do? Well, first of all, no matter the reality, we can only see our life sentence. I'll come back to that in just a second. With each decade, the strategy is compounded. So in other words, we find more sophisticated ways. So I get to 40 and I get really sophisticated ways. I become an international teacher and I'm lecturing all over Northern America. So I'm really getting noticed. And I've got a clinic where I'm treating 125 people a week. I'm really getting noticed. I'm Deputy Chief Commissioner of Scouting in Queensland. I'm really getting noticed. Etc., etc., etc. But then comes this one here. No matter the reality, it doesn't matter how much you're noticed, all you hear is your story. And my story is, I'm not noticed. And so I continue to keep pushing the envelope. Because in spite of everything that's going on, my story speaks louder than the reality. In fact, here's the image I want you to take away for this for you, is that you and I are the puppet, and our 5-year-old is the puppeteer. He or she is pulling the strings that is establishing your sense of who you are in the world. And for some of us, that's into our 50s, our 60s, our 70s, and it's still happening. The older we get, the impact of our life sentence takes a toll. So here's what happens, is that in my world,